for questions 3 through 5, we're going to use this table. And we've got weeks practice, distance thrown. This is her throwing progress of her discus throughout the different weeks. So question 3 says, if you were to graph this data, which information would you graph on the x-axis? Okay, so we're going to say the weeks practiced, and then our y is going to be, because it's the independent variable. This is your independent, this is your dependent. And let's say it's the independent variable. Okay. Well, if that's the independent, and question 4 says, what's the dependent variable? Well, that's your distance. Your distance thrown. And the reason why is because your distance thrown depends on the number of weeks you've practiced. So we're just going to say the distance depends on the weeks of practice. Okay, so distance depends, so distance is your dependent. Okay, then number 5 says, does this data represent a continuous or discrete situation, and how do you know? Well, remember, continuous is something that's continually changing. That's when we tend to have all the decimals and fractions. It can be everything in between all of our integers. Here, we don't have that. And so in that case, it would be discrete. Discrete means that we have 1 week, then we have 2 weeks, then we have 3 weeks. We're not taking the time in between 1 and 2. We're not looking at partial weeks. So this would be a discrete situation. So I'm just going to circle it so we don't have to rewrite it. And how do we know? Just because we're looking at whole weeks and not part of a week. Okay? So we'll just say the table uses whole weeks